Today what we're going to do is a classic French onion soup. We already got our black iron smoking hot, so what we're going to want to do is we're going to add about a tablespoon or so of oil and a tablespoon and a half of butter. Now that our pan is smoking hot, let's add this oil and butter. And then, of course, once this butter foam subsides, we'll be ready. Now that this butter foam subsided, what we want to do is reduce this heat, just a low heat, and dump in, I got 4 onions here. We're going to dump these in. Quick stir. We're going to cover these and let these simmer for 15 minutes. Simmered these in the oil and the butter for about 15 minutes. What we want to do is uncover them. We're going to raise the heat to about medium. And we're going to add a teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of sugar. That sugar will help these onions brown and caramelize. And what we want to do is mix that in. And we're going to cook this uncovered, and we're going to want to stir it for about 35 minutes or so, and we're going to want to stir this regularly. So we've got these onions good and browned. I want y'all to take a look at that. While we did that, we also got 6½ cups of beef bouillon. We're bringing that to the boil. What we want to do now is add about 3 tablespoons of flour to this, and we're going to want to stir this for about 3 minutes or so, give or take. Okay, we've been mixing our flour and onions together for about 3 minutes. What we're going to want to do is pull this off the heat. Set this right here off the heat. And we're going to add the 6½ cups of boiling beef bouillon to it. Mix that in. In addition to that, we've got 1/2 cup of white wine we're going to add. We got all that mixed together. What we want to do is return that to the heat. And we're going to add some seasoning with this commercial beef bouillon. I don't believe I'm going to add any salt, but what I'm going to add is about 2 teaspoons of pepper. One, 2. Mix that in. What we want to do is we're going to partially cover this pot and let it simmer for about 40 minutes. Get all those flavors and everything in there. While our soup's simmering, what we want to do is prepare our bread. We got our oven preheated to 325 degrees. We're just going to slice this bread. Go to the store, get you a loaf of French bread. That's fine, because bread making would be a whole nother episode. French soup takes quite a bit of time to prepare, so let's take a shortcut and just use store-bought bread. Place these on our baking pan. And we're going to want to put those in for about 15 minutes. And then we'll pull them out, put some turn them, put some oil on them, and let them cook for 15 more minutes. It's been about 15 minutes. What we're going to want to do is take this bread and brush it with a little bit of olive oil. We've brushed all this with olive oil. We'll flip it over and brush those sides and return it to the oven for about 15 more minutes. Okay, what we're going to do is go ahead and return these to the oven for 15 minutes. While we're waiting on our bread to finish and our soup to simmer, we're going to take about 1/2 pound of Swiss and we're going to grate it. This soup's done simmering, so what we're going to do is remove it from the heat real quick. We'll just set it over here. I'd like to show y'all what it looks like Now what I've done while this soup was simmering is I've tasted, corrected seasoning, and skimmed it several times, just pulling that junk off of there. I believe our bread is ready, so we'll go ahead and pull that out as well. Oh yeah, that's good and hard. If you want, you can rub a garlic clove cut in half across them. So let's take one of these pieces of toast, place it in the bottom of the bowl. Let's grab us up some of this soup. Place it over it. Let's get one more ladleful. They're a little small. Now let's take a little bit of this grated Swiss cheese, sprinkle it over the top. And there you have it. An authentic French onion soup. If you're watching, thank you for taking a little bit of time out of your day to watch me. If I could do this on my front porch and some black iron stove, both older than I am, what can y'all do in your kitchen? Remember, like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you.